those in the Hebrew roots movement, First Fruits of Zion in particular, are claiming that the Torah is perfect, eternal, unchanging, that the law of Moses, the Mosaic covenant, is for all people in all times and all places, always was, always will be. But there's at least 10 really good reasons why this cannot be. Here's number one: the forsaken temple and priesthood. So as we know, the second temple was destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD. When the first temple was destroyed by the Babylonians, God made rebuilding the temple a priority of his people when they returned from exile. Ezra 5:2 says, "Then Zerubbabel son of Shealtiel and Joshua son of Jehozadak set to work to rebuild the house of God in Jerusalem, and the prophets of God were with them supporting them." Zechariah 1:16 says, "Therefore, this is what the Lord says, I will return to Jerusalem with mercy, and there my house will be rebuilt." So it was a massive priority. It was the centerpiece of the renewal of life of God's chosen people in Jerusalem, was rebuilding the temple, getting the priesthood and the sacrifices and the ceremonies and the festivals, everything up and running again. It was priority number one. Almost 2,000 years have passed without a temple or a priesthood. If the Torah is for all people in all times, if it is still in effect for Jesus' followers, both Jew and Gentile alike, as these groups are claiming in various ways, why has God allowed this lapse? Where was the prophetic call? The prophet sent by God, rebuild to Jesus' followers, right? Rebuild. Maybe it would have been difficult when they were persecuted by the Romans, but certainly after Constantine, they had the resources, they had the means, they had the ability. Where were the prophets saying, rebuild the temple, get the priesthood going again? Where was the providential intervention to ensure its completion when his people were struggling after their return from Babylon? God cleared the way. He made it possible. And none of this has happened. Simple answer. It's not the will of God, it's not the purpose of God, it's not the plan of God to have rebuilt the temple and reinstituted the priesthood and restarted up everything that was lost in 70 AD.